Hi, Stratman here from metatrader.pickware.com. Just going to give you an example how I might look at setting support and resistance levels. So what we might do is start with just a simple horizontal line, look for a point where basically I look at my price action and I look for, on the weekly time frame first, for long-term support and resistance. I'm looking for a place where price comes down or up, is rejected off a line, then finally breaks through and comes back and retests that line. So let's have a look at that. We've got price action coming down, hits this line, bounces off, then finally breaks through the line and comes back and bounces off on the opposite side. This is a classic case of support, which is here, turning into resistance, which is here. So there's our line of support and resistance. This is what we call long-term support and resistance. This is on the weekly chart, so each bar is 1 week. And as you can see, support and resistance back here, and it's become resistance all the way along here over the past few weeks. So we're going to put that line in. While we're at the weekly time frame, any little movement or adjustment on this is quite a large number of pips out here on the side. So we're really, support and resistance is really a band, and we're just looking for the best kind of fit at the moment, and that kind of fits the picture right now. When we get down to the daily time frame, which we're going to do in a sec, we might adjust this slightly for where we are right now. We have another line that we'll add in about here. Again, long-term support and resistance again. We've got resistance here, broken through here, turning into support, and we've got another few candles here. What are we looking for? How many touches? Well, hopefully we've got more than about 3 touches, and we're seeing it come down one way and then being rejected the other way. So there's 2 points. As we can see over the last few weeks, currency's been range bound. Let's see if we can find another point that we can add in. Maybe another point about there. We're looking for a point where price bounces backwards and forwards between one side and another. Now we can see here support, slight push through here. That doesn't matter. We're not looking for exact lines. We're looking for how many times price touched this line and was rejected off it. Whether it went through slightly doesn't matter. So support, resistance here, just a bit, not really doing anything there. Resistance, finally comes through support again. So that's another support and resistance line. We might consider that there's possibly some trend line support here. Let's have a look at that. At this point here, we had support all the way up here, then finally broken through, came back and acting as resistance here. So that's a valid support and resistance trend line there. We may be able to consider this one here being something similar, and we're looking for places where we might be able to draw it back and see similar things happening. So even here we can see over a longer term this could potentially be a support and resistance trend line. We've got a lot of resistance here, resistance finally breaking through, coming down, support, resistance. So potentially this could be the way this continues up and have a struggle getting through there. Now that we've drawn a few lines there to get an idea, let's go down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we may want to make some small adjustments, like on this one here. We want to get the best number of touches on our line. So we go down further, and we've got to turn off our auto updating there. So we'll just adjust this one. You know, it's pretty close to touching there and here. Carry on back through, let's have a look. So we've got support all the way through here, support through here, resistance through here, we get out through here, support and support, turning into resistance. We've had a try at breaking through this support, but it rejected off it, finally broke through, bounced off, it became resistance. So, and now we're looking at resistance all the way through here. We may have an opportunity to draw another horizontal line once we're down into the 1 hour, the daily. We've got a clear point here where more recently over the last few weeks we've got support, resistance, resistance. So this is a clear line of support and resistance to me. We might have another one somewhere in here. It's looking like a good opportunity as well. So I would draw this. Clearly, a lot of hitting against that point there. Support, resistance there. Resistance, support, resistance, resistance, support, 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 and two more supports. So we'll take that as a valid point. We'll go down to the 4 hourly. We find we've got we might need to do some small adjustments, but they're looking pretty good. All good support there. Clearly support all the way through there, and then resistance here underneath. Might want to just move that up slightly, just a small range. And then maybe another trend line opportunity to put in here. I would probably add this trend line. It's quite clear to me that price, there was a resistance, finally broke through. This is support, came down, supported as it was trying to break through, finally broke through, and it's hit it as resistance again, and then finally broke through, and we've got the support there again. If we carry on down the time frames, I'm probably not interested in putting in any more lines down further than the H4, but if we get to the M15, which is the time frame that I trade, we clearly see we've got some nice open areas, but as soon as we start getting anywhere near our support and resistance, we want to be doing something about it. Just watching ourselves. So let's go back out to the daily now and have a look at the big picture, and as you can see, we've added our lines. Sometimes it may help to zoom out a little, and it gives you a better idea of what's going on, and we can clearly see all our support and resistance lines that we've drawn. They're all fairly valid. Get down to the 4 hour, zoomed out as well, we can see they're all looking fairly valid. So that's how I do it, folks. So this is Stratman here from metatrader.pickware.com.